I've talked a lot about the beginning player experience in WoW and how bad it is and how it's not healthy for the game to really have a barrier to entry where essentially you almost need to know somebody who plays WoW to be able to get the correct experience going into WoW for the first time. Well, we can now see this. Day9 evidently tried to make a new character and start up his adventure in retail WoW. Let's see how this went for him.
Am I insane? Because I feel insane. Okay, half of you saying
Okay,
yes.
it sounds like he's getting the correct WoW experience. Checking your own insanity while playing WoW is a regular part of WoW every day, so it looks like he's getting the correct experience so far.
As for you saying no, perfect. This is the path from the tutorial. What? So I got to the end of the tutorial?
I didn't even know there was a tutorial.
So let me make sure I got this fucking straight, okay? I want to be really clear about what is happening in my mind's eye. All right? Okay. I'm going to try not to cry. I played World of Warcraft Classic last week. What happened then?
Sure.
I enter into a field in front of a building, and there's a dude saying, "Go kill boars."
Northshire.
Sir, yes, sir. It's slow, it's bland. I see a lot of places to go. Let's start completing some quests. There's
Hey, check yourself. It's not slow and bland. It's the start of an epic adventure, okay? What do you want to do? Kill a dragon day one? Come on.
Pace. I open up more and more and more and more. This world shrouded by fog, and as I wander through it, more is revealed.
That's a good
My
description.
curiosity guides me. The high levels of enemies stop me. That interplay guides me for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like learning some magic. I'm getting some skills. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of slick, thick, solid, and tight. And so I think, hey, I heard WoW retail is a pretty cool way to tap into WoW as a brand new gamer. Maybe you didn't enjoy the hardcore mechanics of 2004's WoW. Class, that's okay. Blizzard has a retail modern experience for you. So this Tuesday, like, let's see.
I just want to know who lied to this man and told him that it was a great experience. I will say, like, I don't like hating on the game too much, you know, because I enjoy personally playing, so I don't like to be a hypocrite and hate on a game that I clearly enjoy playing. But I would tell anybody who starts the game now is that, okay, it's a bit rough at the start, but just get into it, man. The more you get into it, the more you'll like it, and by the time you get to endgame, you'll be having a good time.
4 hours ago, I said, I'm going to open WoW retail, and I just hit play. It dumps me on an island where there's a bunch of people where I have to save my son. The son's like, oh, you saved me, you have to kill harpies now. And I don't know, a gnome thing, a gadget man, taped me to like a helicopter to fly up and then like fly back down and like ride a huge boar. At some points, I learned some button pressing. Different abilities, it's telling me to drag things. I'm killing some dudes, I'm dragging loot over to my equipment. But for the most part, I would say in the tutorial island, 20 to 25% of it was me actually playing a game. 75% of it was dialogue and people that I guess I'm never gonna see again. Maybe some of them were at the gates, and I don't know, I'm gone. I got on a boat just now. Like, all these people trying to compel me to do things while it's just stapling information to my forehead.
Sure.
And I'm just sitting here with so many staples and Post-it notes on my face, and I'm like, God, why do I need to learn all of this? And it's just like, what? It said it pretty clearly. I mean, sure.
Look, I mean, it is an MMO. No matter what, I can't ever imagine an MMO being easy to learn. Like, there's just so much to an MMO when it comes to playing it. I'm going to move the chat up here so it stops interfering with him. It's an MMO, right? So at the end of the day, it's not going to be easy to explain everything that you're going to have to learn, because you're going to have to learn abilities, the world, the mechanics of the world, other classes' abilities, how fighting works, how PvP works, how the lore works. Like, there's an extreme amount of information to digest, and there's no real easy way to do it. There's a better way probably than how WoW does it, but it's never going to be like this super easy thing. You're just gonna have to learn. That's it. Like the rest of us do.
I suppose, but that's not really my problem. The problem that I had with the tutorial is it was so much contextless information with such little gameplay. But that's okay. It's shoving information down my throat. I'm doing the UHF drinking from the fire hose. Which, for any millennials watching, hopefully you get the reference. For any Zoomers watching, just trust me, it's gone forever. It then brings me to Stormwind. Great. This self-isolated tutorial island did have some merit in terms of showing me the basic flow of the game. it brings me to the whole world. I can now go anywhere I want to go. I go back to the original area and have a brief moment of, the familiarity, the pacing.
That is called nostalgia, my friend, and that is what all of Classic is playing off of.
Slow grind and growth of the game. But I say, no. I'm not done with the tutorial. I derailed myself. I have to go back. I go back to the city where I get into a car that drives me to a horse that I ride to an inn that I then go from to a boat where all of a sudden I'm watching, like, I don't know.
Wait, he got in a car and a horse. Where did he get a car early in what? Where is this man? I'm trying to, like, follow where the hell he ended up. I guess he's going to give us a hint here at where he is. Okay, I'll let him continue.
I'm watching, like, I don't know, the characters from Frozen yelling at each other. And
that sounds like BFA. Not BFA. It sounds like, BFA. The characters from Frozen yelling at... He's probably... Who's he describing? He's playing on the Alliance, so he's sitting here in the city, probably talking about, Jaina and her mom fighting. Yeah, that's most likely what he's talking about, characters from Frozen. Okay.
Ship. I'm not in any of the cutscenes. It's just not about me anymore. I'm just on this fucking boat, and now I'm in a jail, and my jailmate is just like, beat the shit out of me. So I do.
Okay, so you get in a bike after Exile's Reach. Okay, I've not played through Exile's Reach. Okay, so now it makes sense. So now he finished Exile's Reach. He's in BFA. He called Jaina a character from Frozen. Okay, I see where we're going.
And now we're breaking people out of jail. And I'm still not fucking playing a game. I want to cast spells. I want to cast spells on things. Where are my spells to cast? I'm like so confused, man. I like don't understand. This is like
the confusion is a problem. It's not the confusion. I don't think is his fault. I don't actually. I do feel like the story. There's something has to be done with the way the story is told. That kind of, I don't know if it's Pandaria remix style or what, but something has to be done where the story is more easily told because there is so much damn story to tell now. As far as his I want to cast spells and play the game, it's called endgame. You got to get there. I mean, that's what the rest of us had to do. So eventually you will get to that point. As confusing as the UI, maybe the UI is getting to him. He left the StarCraft, see when it started to get faster. I don't know. I'll hop inside your motorcycle. Okay. Yeah, so what he wants to play, it sounds like, is endgame. But then he wants to go through the real game quicker, so that there's, like, it's a oxymoron kind of. But I feel with him in the fact that the story is not compelling enough or told in the correct way that it makes the leveling process exciting and makes him feel like he's playing a game. Right now it seems like he just feels like I'm just trying to get to the end, which isn't how it should be. You should be enthralled in the story and excited to play it.
Played MMO of all time, and I'm like sitting here and everyone's like, oh yeah, this
fault.
is a really weird expansion here, and I'm just I want to frost mage. I want to cast. I want things to be really, really, really cold around me as I freeze them and I cast things.
Yeah, going into the expansion probably is confusing him. You're right.
Like I don't. And this is the thing. People keep saying to me, yeah, they really dumbed retail down. I'm actually just so fucking confused. I don't know. I literally feel like I've just been doing it wrong. That's what I feel like. It feels like one of those movies where, like, a high school student is in Italy and they somehow think she is the secret agent for the CIA, so she gets swept up into the mission. That's what I feel like. But the thing is, this isn't a fictional movie. This is my life, and I'm just still confused. So I guess I'm going to help Flynn Fairwind, who I hope isn't in here for, like, child murder. I hope isn't a bad person.
Yeah, learning the shit is part of the game, though. I guess I'm a bit confused as to why he's so angry that he doesn't know everything yet. You're not going to know everything yet. How many of us look back at Vanilla, back when we were playing, and think, damn, I sucked at this game? Everybody sucked at the game back in Vanilla because nobody knew how to do a proper rotation yet. Nobody knew how to min-max their gear or do anything. We were just fucking playing. And that was part of the fun with it, was exploring and playing. And maybe it was better back then because you felt like everybody sucked at the game. And maybe he feels like he's behind because right now he's playing at a time where there's a lot of people who are very good and he has to learn his way through it. But yeah, I was a clicker in Vanilla. Oh, so was I. I still remember my cousin came over and he goes, are you clicking your abilities? And I go, yeah, how else are you supposed to do it? He goes, you use the damn numbers. I'm like, nah, that's too hard. And I continued to click for a little while until I figured shit out, and keybinds and everything like that too. But I mean, yeah, it's part of the process. Maybe he just doesn't like the process. Like I said before, though, I'm not completely forgiving Blizzard on the storytelling aspect. It's not good. It does, something has to be done about how the story is told while you're leveling up. That's for sure.
The first introduction I had to Flynn was him asking.
Look, I click sometimes still because it's hyper efficient to use both the clicking and the numbers. You should not delete one for the other, okay? Because if you're pressing one and clicking it, you're casting two things at the same time. You're going to tell me that's not efficiency? Come on.
Asking me to punch him, and now I'm hoping that all these people that I've broken out are killing what I assume are innocent guards. And now I'm just going to go out. I mean, there's so much that I'm crossing my fingers about as I step into what still may not wind up being a game. Okay? So let's find out if we can do a game.
Are you thirsty? I'm thirsty.
Am I thirsty? I'm so fucking confused. You can invite another player to your group by right-clicking on their portrait. Okay, okay.
That's good.
Jesus, man, it's like...
This is improvement. If you remember in Vanilla WoW, you couldn't... This shit didn't pop up. There was a little question, like exclamation points at the bottom, but fuck, that shit didn't help anything. You just had to click things and figure things out. So this is good.
Are you thirsty? Okay, let me close this. I feel like without additional context, this just looks insane. Why do you start BFA anyways? Real number, Jay. I'll be honest with you, that doesn't mean anything at all to me. I'm following instructions.
What is going on in there?
Yeah, what is...
Like you started a riot.
What is going on? I mean, like, the escalation is incredible. Cool. It's like a cooking tutorial where episode 1 is assembling a sandwich using cheese and deli meat. And episode 2 is butcher a cow. Like, I don't know how. Yeah. I have no idea why.
It's a problem with a 20-year-old game, to be honest. It is. It's a problem that a 20-year-old game has that a 1-year-old game wouldn't have, because what they're trying to do is he's saying himself, why am I doing this? I want to get to the point where I'm killing a big boys or something. Well, that's what Blizzard's trying to do here. They're trying to get him to that point, but they're trying to get him to kill the cow, but they don't just want to give him the ham and meat on top of each other slowly. They're trying to spoon feed him quickly to get him to that point, because even Blizzard realizes that that's where the true game lies. It's in the end game, and they're trying to get him there. Now, is the process done perfectly? Shit, no, it's not. He is right. There are some jumps in terms of lore that he just has to correct in his own mind. But I don't know how else to explain it. It will be better with the Dragonflight experience for new players. I totally agree, Rob. And if you noticed, and I actually talked about this not too long ago, that once we get to the World Soul Saga, new players will be able to start with Dragonflight lore, and it'll all make sense to them. Like, everything will make sense, because really Dragonflight does kind of, the way the lore is told, it's kind of like a base lore, where you don't really have to know anything that happened before. If you want to go figure it out later on and read up on Arthas and go explore that lore, you can. But Dragonflight lore is going to be the base for like the next 10 years. So when new players start there, it'll feel much better for them than it does for this guy right now. That's for sure.
I'm here. Should I?
It's a good self-reset, most definitely.
Do I keep doing this? Yeah, draw the rest of the fucking MMO. Exactly, Burner Man. Oh my god.
We're going to get to the raid.
Okay. So Ghost says this is basically the end of the tutorial merging into battle for Azeroth. Oh, so that's what BFA means. Okay. Okay, so the name of the expansion is Battle for Azeroth. And that's what you mean when you say BFA. Because when I saw BFA, my brain was trying to think of a noun that began with A, that was big fucking something. Like, that's what I assumed that you were saying. And then when all of you were saying Battle for Azeroth, most of you weren't capitalizing like with proper nouns, so I just thought that you were colloquially being like, yeah, no, you did the tutorial, it's time to battle for Azeroth. I was like, that's a weird way to say you go level. All right, maybe there's some cultural, mismatch happening where I don't get what the words you're saying are. Let's talk to Taylor.
He is being a bit dramatic for the video, for sure. That's, but I don't want to just discount everything he says because of that. Big fucking ass. Yeah, that's right. Oh, come on. He's fucking around. He's clearly fucking around. It happens.
All right, come on, Talia. I know exactly where I'm going. There's a giant glowing hedron to go. Oh, fuck, this is not the right way. There's a giant glowing hedron that will at least show me my destination. Fuck do I get over to you? Up here? Dude! It's just so sick! I mean, the art is beautiful. Nauticon says the art department has hard-carried Blizzard for a long while now, I feel. I actually think that's such an unfair statement.
The art team is freaking great. And by the way, he was having a hard time finding this. If he played the original classic, I remember Thoughtbot and shit. I mean, we didn't have this. This at least tells him something. We used to have to fucking read the description. You gotta, the thing used to say, go kill wolves in the northeastern part of Westfall, just after the eastern bridge. And you used to have to fucking look at the map and direct yourself, or go on Thoughtbot and figure it out with coordinates. So this is an improvement.
Dude!
Yeah.
I mean, this is for a long while now, I feel. I actually think that's such
Go to
an
Thoughtbot,
unfair
read the comments,
statement,
exactly.
because that implies that it's not part of the experience. It's just this, like, extra thing that's like, oh, when it comes to staying alive, calories are really doing a lot of heavy lifting. Like, yeah, of course. Like, this fucking, like, oh, you mean...
We're trying to find things in caves, yeah.
One of the most important and difficult parts of making a good game is the thing that has been causing them to succeed with respect to their peers that just across the board have worse art? Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, that's like...
Yeah, of all MMOs, 100% World of Warcraft has the best art team. Yes.
Tiger Woods' golf swing has
Facts.
really been carrying his golf career. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I don't... What do you want me to do with that? Like, what department's been sliding? You know what? Tell me the department that's bad. What's the department that's bad? Engineering, obviously not. It runs buttery smooth. Besides the 10 server kicks. That's right. Okay, you know what? You're right, Beefy TV. I got kicked a lot my first day of playing WoW. The tutorial department, great point. The tutorial department definitely is going to have some hands on the hips from me when I meet them. All right.
Yeah, it's the new player experience. I mean, there's probably more than one department. You got the guys who write the lore. You got the guys who write the quests. You got the guys who determine how, you know, what spells you're going to get at what time and shit like that, whatever, whoever those guys are. There's a bunch of teams that go into creating that new player experience, and yeah, they do got to get their heads together and figure out how it's going to be done. Like we said, though, I think they laid the groundwork in Dragonflight. They knew this was an issue, and I think they're trying to fix it with Dragonflight going forward.
Host travelers from all over Azeroth. There are many taverns, but this one's my favorite.
What'd you
I
say?
spend a lot of time.
Ah, yes, such a great art team.
But I have a rewards card.
Especially folks from the
It tracks my miles traveled and lets me get free complimentary...
To be fair, what you just showed me is like from freaking 2004. I mean, what did you want them to do? The technology was limited at the time. I mean, my God, yeah. This is, it's hard to look at these days. You know, but that was a long time ago.
breakfast at the inn. Where is this office? Is it behind here? Is it through here? I feel like such an idiot. I hate these little diamonds that show up on the screen. It's so fucking misleading.
Those things were great.
Has he fought anything yet? Some BFAs on the way in, to be honest. Are you kidding me? It's down here? If you read the quest, maybe it'll tell you where it is. I'm sorry, they've added all these great accessibility features. So I just keep rubbing my face against walls like I'm a cat leaving pheromones or some shit. I lost my mother when the scourge hit Lordaeron. The father sent me hair raised from the war. Probably going, oh, let's go. Wow, that was no wonder they removed. Need to be close to interact with the target.
I do feel like if they ever added the whole AI, you know, quest text feature where the character actually reads the quest aloud, that would add a lot of nice immersion to the game, especially for new players. Most certainly. I think that'd be a very good addition to the game, actually. But he probably hasn't realized yet, like a lot of veteran WoW players, that all you got to do is like read the end of the quest text and it'll tell you exactly where you got to go. You don't have to read the whole story.
Wow, that moved. Need to be close to interact with the target. I'm gonna go insane. There's a little circle, and the little circle's taunting me, just the way you taunt me. You're all little circles, aren't you? I swear to God, I'm gonna find this one on my own because I'm a gamer.
Doesn't he have a flying mount yet?
Fucking here, fucking again. I don't believe it. Did I find it? Yeah!
To be fair, though, also, the Borealis is a kind of hard city to navigate. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of internal rooms and levels to it. So the entire game is not like this. But yeah, Borealis, it can be difficult to find things at times.
Oh, there it is.
The master's office is just through here.
Is it? Wow, you're saying that in the most shitty way. I know it was hard for me. Oh, look, it's like properly right here, as it's always been. Is this retail? No, actually, this is real life. What?
Stand down! Don't you know who that is?
No! I don't know who anyone is.
King Greymane. It is an honor.
King Greymane. There you go. Now you know.
Remain in the harbor on my authority.
What? What was any of this?
Talia, for family.
When am I gonna get to play a game?
For the Lord
Shake his hand.
And had her own
Hear
daughter
Cyrus's
cast
tale?
as a traitor.
Is this? Don't tell me this is fucking
What would
Cyrus.
you do? Why would you?
Oh my god.
Hey, the guy who's Cyrus is above his head.
Old knight for a moment, would you?
No?
I was in a battle many
You're
years.
killing me.
It was
You're killing
Second
me.
War. Tough to keep them all straight.
Oh my god.
An Orcish juggernaut struck our transport.
So I don't know. He's playing it up for the stream, obviously, but I don't think he wants to deal with the lore at all. I think he just wants to skip all the lore. He's getting annoyed by the story,
Splinters from the
the little bits that he's getting at least.
refused to leave before the war was won. So he patched himself up. Never saw.
All right, there we go. I figured out a way to solve that problem. I mean, when am I going to get to fight anything? I mean, my god, I went through a tutorial, ran through town to get to another set of cutscenes. I'm going to town. Let's see if it's...
But
Yeah, he wants to
she
kill
is
things, yeah.
misguided. Her advisors have kept her.
All right, there we go. Like, I mean, this is... Let's just turn that back down for a moment. Wait. We're done? Can I play the game?
Finally, some action. Stay on course.
Yeah, I agree. Rob, you said, I think the way the lore is presented, he's being told instead of playing through it. Yeah, he wants to push buttons. Yeah, that's true. Maybe look, the problem is they got to do something. You can't just play through all the lore. There's so much of it to explain to a new player. Like, I personally, like, when we go to the War Within, I want some dialogue between the characters. I enjoy the stay a while and listens and all that stuff. But maybe because I'm very much into the lore and I know a lot of it already, this guy knows nothing. So to him, this guy standing at a fireplace talking about the Second War and Lordaeron and shit, he doesn't give a crap about. But maybe if he took the time to just learn a little bit or read up a little bit, obviously that's not a good solution. You shouldn't have to read outside shit to learn shit in the game. But he's diving into a game that's 20 years old. The first thing I would do if I'm diving into a game that's 20 years old, you know what I would do? Go to YouTube, pull up some lore. I'd want to learn about it. I want to get into that world. I want to figure things out. I'm not going to expect to just know it and start playing right away, which is kind of what he's doing a little bit. But again, he's playing it up for the stream, I think. Yes, noble videos, 100%.
Dismissed. Honor guide you.
He would have hated Kingdom Hearts 1.
Speak with someone.
Remain vigilant.
Damn, Dan, I'm not reading any of it. I'd love to pay a monthly subscription to a real-time action MMO so I can read. Listen, I love reading, but when I want to read, I get a book and I read. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What you did for Classic?
You gotta read a little bit. Yeah, but the thing is, like I said, the AI voice thing I do think would go a long way to helping some new players kind of learn the lore. Because there is lore in the quest, and I'm sure a lot of them skip it.
It's because it was the only way to play. It made me play. And I had to read so that way I could know where to go. I'm upset too, sweetheart. I'm so ready to play World of Warcraft.
Excellent. Hero, Talia will get you up to speed.
Come back with stories. Kultiris is made up of several major houses. They were unified under Dalin Proudmoore's leadership, but that gradually changed after his defeat.
He
When
doesn't
do you
want.
play the game?
Lord Admiral Catherine Proudmoore now...
Hey, at least they're giving him a cutscene and explaining to him the lore here. I don't know. He doesn't want to know the lore. He doesn't want to learn it. Yeah, this is how I feel right now waiting to read.
Okay,
commanding both the military and the guard.
got it.
Lore and MMO outrageous, yeah.
Has been a loyal valley to the north.
Oh,
The
all the
tide
way to
sailors
the
have
north,
had
okay.
stories on finding our
This
missing
has to be the last one. This has to be the last one coming up. Okay.
ships. We can do this. Farewell, son. Finally, some action. For Kultiris.
All right, Flynn, what's this big lead of yours? Something about Ashvane having a new
When the
gunpowder?
fuck do I do something that isn't talking to
He's not even letting the characters talk. He's just going and picking up the quest. He's playing this game like a 20-year veteran would play this game, where he's just skipping all the context, all the player banter and shit, and he's just moving on to the next quest, picking it up and leaving the area while the NPCs are still talking. So of course he's gonna feel disconnected from the game. That's like if you've played through, if you're on your third alt going through this expansion, okay, that makes sense. But he's skipping everything. So that's why it all feels disconnected. And now I'm not saying that it's well done on Blizzard's part, but he's making it worse. He's exacerbating the situation by skipping the little things that Blizzard is actually giving him. He's playing the way most people do. No, I think he's playing the way most people who've played this game for a while do. But I think most people who are playing for the first time do stay and maybe listen to what's going on a little bit to try to figure things out.
Fire Flint's pistol at the barrel!
Not like this.
I thought that this was a fantasy role-playing game!
Mind giving us...
Yeah, you're skipping the fantasy. You're skipping the fantasy. That's the problem. He's not interested in the lore. He just wants to play. That's fine. If that's what he wants to do, he can do that. But he's complaining that he's not understanding what's going on. That's why I'm like... You're complaining about it, though. If you waited and you listened to the NPCs and you actually tried to figure out what's going on, maybe read a quest or two, not all of them, just to understand what's going on, then you wouldn't feel so lost. But he's feeling lost, and he's complaining about feeling lost, but he's doing it. He's making himself more lost.
All right. Oh, shit. Who are you in the context of this game? I have no idea, Fire Spoon. People just keep trusting me with information and handing me guns to shoot at barrels. Like, it's crazy. Dude, these absolute Olympian rowers. We are flying through this. I mean, this is dangerous to be nearby. I don't see speed limit signs, but we're definitely going past the speed limit. If someone steps in front of us, they're going to lose a limb. That is so fucking sweet. Oh my god, I'm doing content. 2. Hold on, I'm gonna go talk to this urchin worker. Did I find any retail? Fucking insane. It's one of those insane things I've ever seen. Insane, good or bad? I mean, just like insane in the sense of the word insane. It's just like, it's so unhinged. It's just, welcome to the game, do this, go here, turn this in, here's 50 spells. Now, turn this guy into a sheep, now hit him. Hit him as hard as you can. I mean, and it's just throwing story at me and throwing lore and telling me to do stuff. Both of those seems pretty cool. Frost.
What's he doing, pedaling through his spellbook?
What? Blizzard, barrier, lance, icicles. What in the fuck? It's right. Oh. I did it. All right.
Okay. It's confused by that. To be fair, too, Blizzard does realize that this is an issue. They're redoing the entire book in The War Within, so now it's not going to be 50 pages. It's going to be bigger pages with more shit on it, which was the right move because, to be fair, this was kind of confusing for, I think, players who weren't veterans. It's gotten a bit bloated. There's too many pages now.
Unbelievably tight. Incredibly sick. Yes! That is what I am talking about. Dude, this combat is really fun. Holy 2! Fucking 2, you fucking guys, you bastards. Fuck you, 2. 2. 2. B. Eats.
He's popping some AoE. Welcome to retail.
People fucking watching me be bad. These are like the perverted cultists at the end of the movie Hereditary. They're just watching horrible things happen with their creepy grins and no clothes on. 1, 2, flick. 2, 3, 2.
Nice.
Dude, I can't believe I'm gonna complete a quest that actually involves gameplay. This is so sick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. Oh my god. All the innocence.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's playing a mage. I mean, what do you expect? This is high skilled mage tier play right here. Look at that. He's clicking 1 and 2. That's about how it goes. In terms of what he's saying, I'm actually playing the game. He just entered into a brand new expansion when he started BFA. I think he didn't like the fact that they tried to lay the land for him. But it would be a very disconnected experience if they didn't. So I don't know what to do for him.
That's what it feels like whenever I try to engage with someone on
And by the way, they do a shitty job of laying the land, but at least they're trying. And he didn't even want him to try. He was like, "Don't tell me anything about this place. I just want to go kill things."
Mr. Benisham says, "This is amazing watching someone play WoW for the first time. It's weird." Yeah, because like my understanding of WoW players is that they're really upset all the time, and they just log in for 10 hours a day and are just fucking miserable. They clench their teeth. They have black tar for blood. And every single...
That's because the super loud minority posts a lot on YouTube and Twitter. That's probably the only context he gets for how WoW players actually feel about the game.
...thing that Blizzard does is bad because it is for the casuals and not for them.
Okay, that's a problem.
I mean, the game. I mean, both games are pretty fun.
He has to pick an item. He probably didn't select the reward. He's supposed to, yeah, choose your reward. He's not picking the reward. So again, he's not reading, which is a major issue and theme of this video.
I mean, the game. I mean,
he doesn't read anything. Yeah, very clearly.
Pretty fun. Now that I can play the game.
Yeah. So he wasn't reading, which exacerbated. There are issues. There are underlying issues for new players. 100%. I've said this over and over before. I think a lot of them are going to get fixed with Dragonflight being the starting expansion. You know, there will still probably be issues, but not reading anything, being annoyed with being told some of the lore in the game, that's just going to make things worse. So overall, he played it up for his stream for sure. Is the early player experience good? No, it's not, but I think they're making some efforts to make it better. Hopefully, it does get better going forward, because I think it is important for the health of the game to have a good early player experience.